action. Hogan with pressure coming. Steps up, fires into the end zone, and it is caught! Touchdown! David Njoku! The rookie with his first NFL touchdown off a strike from Kevin Hogan.
Half the distance, still first and goal. Play action, and the pass into the end zone. Njoku, touchdown!
Two tight ends in the game. The play fake. Hogan steps up. Throws wide open. Oh, what a catch by David Njoku for a touchdown.
But the throw is just perfect over the top, and the catch, oh my goodness. That was beautiful. We know this guy is an athlete, a 7-foot high jumper, and
Chubb, the running back. Mayfield puts it up for the end zone. He's got a man, and it is touchdown. David Njoku.
Mayfield. Njoku tries to leap, and he does right into the grass, but they push him in. Touchdown!
Well, he's right here. He's actually going to block first. You watch him block, and then he's just going to turn out and release and catch the screen route. So if you're the linebacker covering the tight end, you think he's blocking. Now all of a sudden he just slips out. Now watch this effort here. I wouldn't try this at home, but
the push by Treader.
Do not allow him to extend this play, because that's where he's at his best.
See how good they've been under Williams in the red zone. That pass is caught. Njoku for the touchdown. Snap it. Want it down to one. Mayfield throwing on the run, and it is caught by a very tight space to Njoku. It's a foot race. Njoku finally tracked down Nickerson and Denard. And how about the big fella showing the wheels?
somewhere else. 1st and 10. Deep ball. And it's caught! Njoku, we had just mentioned in the last series.
You just called him.
Where's he been? Across the middle, and it is caught for the touchdown. Njoku.
And some of the offensive weapons that Mayfield has at his disposal. Mayfield to the end zone. Is it a catch? Yes, Njoku. Stairs, every scoring play subject to automatic review. Just trying to confirm that he did have control of the football all the way through contact with the...
Ready, go.
Get this one out of your hands quickly. 3rd and goal.
To the end zone, it's caught by Njoku for the touchdown.
Wow, the aggressiveness. Baker, the last 2 throws on the 3rd and 11 to Peoples-Jones. And
Peoples-Jones is the lone receiver to the bottom of your screen. 3 to the right. Mayfield's going that way. And the pass for Njoku. Still waiting on a signal.
Did it go? Maybe it hit his leg. I knew it hit something beyond his hands.
Baker lofts one, and it is caught. Brought down for the Browns touchdown. David Njoku on Minka Fitzpatrick, and Cleveland hits the scoreboard.
On a 1st and goal, Brissett in the pocket, fires, caught, touchdown. David Njoku.
Brissett comes back to a wide open Njoku. 1st down and more. Jumping over a defender. He went high over Poyer. And a 1st down for the Browns. A gain of 21.
You're going to get somebody wide open coming from the right side of the field and then going up high.
4th and 10. Brissett throws back in the end zone. What a catch! David Njoku in the back of the end zone. To Njoku on 4th and 10.
I've been waiting for Njoku to score a touchdown so I can talk about him being from the U.
Getting the ball into their hands.
Watson. And this is Njoku again. Inside the 5, reaching for the end zone. Did he get there? Touchdown.
There we go.
Hey, we were in a meeting with him. He can break anything he wants.
Elijah Moore with that orbit motion. Another pressure play, and Walker delivers on target. On his way to the end zone, and it is a touchdown. David Njoku. And just like that, the Browns respond. Elijah Moore was in motion. Screen pass to the other side for Njoku, who breaks free for the first down. Good blocking downfield by Batonio. And down into Seattle territory goes Njoku.
Also Nick Harris in the backfield, 53.
Fake and throw. Flacco wide open. Touchdown Njoku. What a statement by the Browns on the opening drive.
Gary Kubiak, who had coached Joe Flacco and really likes him.
2nd and 5. Open man Njoku. He could go. Touchdown. Second of the day.
2nd down and goal.
Sprint right. Sprint right.
There's Flacco to the right, looking in the end zone. Throws, jump ball. Njoku pulls it in for the touchdown.
And then Corey Bojorquez now getting some reps here as the holder.
2nd down and 12. Flacco looks. Flacco end zone. Touchdown. A dime to Njoku. And Joe.
Kareem Hunt, the 3rd down back. He flanks Flacco, stays in to block. Pass is caught. And Njoku off to the races again. Inside the 30, inside the 20, out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Play action on 1st down. Flacco airs it out. Open downfield. Njoku has it. There's the big play from Flacco. He put it in the bucket for his tight end to the tune of 45 yards.
And Jameis Winston has nowhere to go.
Winston high, back of the end zone. It is caught, touchdown.
He's up and both feet down. Boy, that's a great catch. And hey,
What's that?
On 1st down, Winston looking toward the end zone for Njoku. What a grab! Oh my! Eddie Jackson had no chance.
Over the middle, that's caught for Njoku and a touchdown.
Five-and-a-half-minute drive to this point. Winston, end zone bound, and it's caught by Njoku.
Fannin split out wide to the left on 3rd down. To the end zone. It is caught. Njoku for a Cleveland Browns touchdown.
Ruin what you're doing right now. You've gotten here because of the work you put in. Let's keep doing it.
And a touchdown catch, David Njoku on a bullet.
Just gets in front right here around the linebacker.
to come out there and play your best.
Gabriel's going to go play action, has to throw across his body, gets it. It's David Njoku, and he's in for the Cleveland touchdown.
Or Quinshon Judkins. Sanders to throw, floats for the end zone. Catch me, diving, David Njoku.